This
My
guy
gosh.
is nuts, like crazy. The stuff this guy has said in his music is just.
Bro, I've seen people just beg him to stop online.
Yes, it's like let's leave this guy in 2024 and he's still here.
He's still here. Just
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Set. My next guest is Moss. He is a rapper and musician, and I'm very happy to have you on here. Thank you so much for taking the time.
happy to be here, my guy.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
I've been following you for a while now. I know you were in a couple projects of mine as well.
Yes, sir.
That was very fun.
Awesome.
To
It was
be a part
really
of.
awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
I did. It was great.
Yeah, but I wanted to just kind of jump in and just ask about your beginnings of your music career. I know you've been, doing this grind for quite some time now.
Yes, sir.
And I'm an avid listener, and I do like your music. I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I actually.
I might have to test you on that a little bit.
I like it. I like it, dude. And my favorite, I'll stop talking here in a second, but my favorite is Upheld Impressions.
Okay.
I know when you released that, I had that on like repeat for like a week.
That's one of my favorite songs, honestly.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
like
awesome.
from me, and first song I ever made with my brother too. So
Oh yeah,
it holds a special place in my heart, you know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just ask, what were your beginnings as a musician? Like, where did that all start?
Yeah, so I would say my music career probably began, me getting creative with it was back in junior high. Me and my boys, Javante and James, started freestyling all the time. Every time we hung out, it was like our pastime. It was just something we really enjoyed. And even further back, my father is a rapper himself. He's been doing it for so long, and something I've always known. Come to heard his music probably more as a teenager, and that low key like inspired me, and I was dang, this is tough. So that's where it started, and then throughout the years we just kind of got better, started liking it more and more. Just like I said, doing it all the time. Freestyling was probably the best practice I got to even start, and then my boy Javante convinced me to make a song, and that's
So your dad, like, if he was a rapper as well, obviously he's older than you because he's your dad, but was he like kind of during that era of like 90s hip hop or like anything like that? Was because I listen to that all the time.
Yeah, I would say he was definitely in the 90s era. Yeah, he's 70s baby, so
Okay.
yeah, he was in the 90s era, the Jay-Z era, the Biggie era, Tribe Called Quest era. He was in
I love those guys.
Yeah, that was his time period.
That's cool. I always thought it'd be like awesome to grow up in that time period because like I listen to a lot of. I prefer 90s hip hop over like today's music. Like
I feel like the music was just like it was just more genuine. Like people really put their real into it.
Like Tupac had such a. It was less of. Obviously today's lyrics are like. Just so
they're crazy
like,
sometimes.
vulgar
Yeah,
and
oh
like
my
just
goodness.
insane. It's and it's weird because we live in a time where it's very it's like cancel culture now, like you can't say anything or you're gonna get in trouble, but like they just let these rappers say these horrible things about women and like just all this stuff. And I guess they did a little bit in the 90s, but it was it just had a little bit of a nicer.
Yeah, there was like some censorship to it almost. Like,
yeah.
I feel like nowadays it's almost like a narrative that is pushed among artistry, like artists in the industry. I feel like that's what they want. That's what they want to put on the radio. That's what they want to be heard. And unfortunately, it does put like a negative outlook almost on the music, on the whole genre. And it's crazy because that's not what I'm about. That's not what hip hop is about. And
Which is like what I was going to mention is like your lyrics are obviously not that.
Yeah.
But it seems, and I wanted to kind of, dive into your brain here for a second. Your lyrics seem like they're very personable to you. Yeah, man. And, kind of come from real world, like your own real world, like situations that have happened.
Yeah.
What is there a song to you that kind of sticks out of, with like your lyrics or your favorites? I know you said Upheld Impressions is your favorite right now.
Yeah, I mean, Upheld Impressions is probably one of my favorite songs. The lyrics on that, even like in the hook, it's just like, it's really personal. It's like, I should probably put down all the things I wouldn't do if you had your eyes on me. It's like, when you think about it, it's like, dang, like you think about all your vices, all the things that you do on your personal time whenever nobody's watching.
Sure. Yeah.
But then it's like, you know, what do you do when everyone got their eyes on you? It's like, how would you act? Why not act like that all the time? Like, that's like a message. That was the message that song portrayed. But like, probably my favorite song to myself personally would, I don't know. I always like, I have a new favorite song of mine, like every time I write one.
A new one?
Like,
the new one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the same way.
I'm like, man, every time I make a song, I'm like, this is the best song ever. And then I make another one and I'm like, this is the best song ever.
And you're always growing. So it's like, you know, you're always enjoying the newest thing that you've grown into. So that makes total sense.
They're all very personal to me though.
For sure.
And they all hold some type of emotional value personally to me, to my life.
Yeah. Your lyrics are, it's kind of nice to hear something that isn't, you know, like everything else today.
Yeah.
You know, you have, I mean, just to list a couple, you know, current day rappers, you have like, you know, Lil Pump and like all the Lil this, Lil that.
Yeah.
And, you know,
you get the Lils.
Yeah. And they're all, you know, just, and don't get me wrong, like some of the music is pretty good. Like, I
there's some great Lils out there. You know, the first Lil, you got Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
That man, you can't beat that Lil right there.
He's good. He's good. And you know, you have like I do listen to Future and you know, artists like that where even though they still have that explicit content, the beats are pretty fire.
Beats are
like,
good.
Yeah.
The message is, you can feel it's like they really be talking about themselves, their lives, and they do have a sense of artistry and creativity in it. It's not like what do you say, like maybe like a hit song that you would hear like
a one-hit wonder.
Like one-hit wonders, like repeat lines, just ear-catching. No, like they actually do care about what they're writing.
Trendy. Like it's not like the trendy stuff. Like you have music on TikTok that like kind of goes viral, and a lot of these artists, you know, go viral from that, which I'm not bashing that. That's a good way to get your stuff out there.
Quick exposure.
You know, some of the songs that just come out of it are just like, why is anyone listening to this stuff? But
they all got a reason.
Yeah, and I'm like guilty of it too, because like Glorilla is like a huge artist right now.
Huge.
And as bad as her music is, like I do listen to it because I think it's so funny. Like she just sounds like ratchet.
You know, it's for a time. There's like a place and a time for the music.
Yeah.
Even like the TikTok songs that be blowing up and you're like, why? Literally sometimes it's just because somebody can dance funny to it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like there's not even like a listening value. It's like a video value, a trend value, something like that. So, but you can appreciate TikTok for offering the platform for that, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, some of those like horrible like written songs have like really nice beats to
100%.
Like I'll listen to it just for that.
Beat carries every time.
For sure. Which I wanted to ask, do you produce your own beats as well?
Not yet. I do produce beats now, and I'm working on producing my own for some music like coming out in the future. But I started sourcing from home. My boy Zach Stosh, I don't know if you know him, but Stoosh Beats from Altoona. He's made a lot of my music, and then went on YouTube, dug a little bit, found a couple producers that I genuinely like, and I kind of just have a 3 or 4 producer cycle right now where I'm like, for all my music.
Awesome. I know you produce, or you perform live, not produce. I was going to say produce live. You perform live, and I know you've been kind of getting some more shows here and there.
Yes, sir.
At like local venues and stuff. How has that been going? And like, is there a performance that kind of stuck out to you as well?
So live performances, they've been going great. The local venues are very receptive to it. It's awesome to like actually be able to bring a rap show to Altoona, and like people want to come and get excited for it. It's like a good feeling. And I would say probably like one of the most standout shows was the first time we performed at the 4Ds, which is bowling alley / bar for anybody who doesn't know here. That show was just It was amazing. It was Adia and I. We hosted it together. It was Adia's going away show because she was going to college last show of the summer, and it was a banger, man. Like it was just crazy to see like over 400 people in the door that night.
Holy shit!
Crowd was amazing. Ended off, it was like the Not Like Us era.
Yeah.
So we ended off the show with Not Like Us, and that was just insane. Like it was just it was a really fun night. Crazy.
Was that the show that was like was it like titled like Monster Mash?
No, so that was the Halloween show. This was this was what was the exact name? Something along the lines of like Adia's going away show or something like that. It was her last show before college, so it was surrounded around her, and which I also think that brought tens of times more support because everyone's like, oh yeah, she's killer. Like we got to go see her the last time.
For
like,
sure, yeah.
So it was amazing.
Awesome.
It was really awesome. Like everyone had a great time. Always no trouble. Like everyone's smiling, dancing, just enjoying themselves. So
yeah. And how is that feeling? I've had two musicians on now on the show so far. And I always ask them like, how does that feel when you're in front of a crowd like that? You almost have like full control of them.
Oh my goodness!
You know, like
yeah.
what is that feeling?
It's crazy. So like that was the first time that we've touched a crowd that big, and it was like they were all like there and that receptive, and it was just like eye opening, like amazing feeling, like low key nerve wracking. But once you get up there, you do one song, you're like, oh, I'm here now, like I'm locked in, and it's like, shoot. That feeling is great. That feeling is great. Yeah. And you can really take over. You can tell the crowd, I say this, you say that, sing along with me, put your hands up. They'll do it if they're there for the vibe. And it's like, it's nice.
That has to be an awesome feeling.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your plans moving forward? I know you're working on an album now.
Sir.
You know, how many songs are going to be on it? Like, I know a lot of people are like mysterious about it. They don't want to say too much. But
I don't necessarily have a song count, but it's going to be around at least 15, if not more. I want to try to match the length of my last project and keep that energy coming because I'm making a lot of music and I feel like it's good showcaseable music. Like so, is it
going to be like the same style of music as well, or are you
similar,
change it up a little bit?
Production is going to be a little different because I am introducing more of the outside YouTube production, and more of like a jazzy style, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool. So like just like in the beats and all. So production wise, it might be a little different, but it's same Moss. It's Moss, you know. I'm always going to bring the genuine Moss, like that relatable, same stuff. So
yeah, that's always nice too. I mean, going back to the lyric stuff, that's the other thing. Like you can't really relate to any of the music today, you know, because the lyrics just are so unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
it's almost like a pipe dream, like that you want so bad, like you listen to it for the feeling.
Exactly. Like that's it. Like I'll be driving my car listening to some of this stuff, and I think I'm like the biggest badass, and it's like I don't have a Rolex on my wrist. You know, I don't. You know, all this
doing
stuff.
12 over on the boulevard, like bumping this shit.
Yeah, and it's just you sit there and you fantasize it, but it's just not real.
Yeah,
and so that's the other nice thing about like your lyrics is like, you know, people can relate to it, and I think I think you'll do well in that aspect because you know it is such a relatable thing, and you know, the music is good as well.
Yeah,
like
I appreciate that.
Of course, yeah. It's not, you know, you have, and I'm sure you run into this all the time, you have a lot of musicians that they'll call themselves a musician or a rapper and stuff, and like the stuff they're making is just like, ugh, like it's like hard to listen to.
Yeah, there's no structure, no time, no.
Yeah, the pacing's all off, and like I'm not a musician, like I'm a movie guy. I know how to make a movie, but I do know pacing, and that goes with both of those things. You know, movies and music.
And you don't have to be a good musician or a musician at all to be able to judge music. Because all you have to do is be a good listener. Yeah. And if you like music, you can be like, I like this or I don't like this, and this is why.
Yeah. And there's a lot of there's a lot of musicians that history shows that you don't even have to be good at singing or anything, and they do well. AC/DC, Rolling Stones, like those guys, they sucked at singing, in my opinion.
But performers, they were good.
They were great performers.
Great performers.
And the music was good, and their pacing was very well, and it is. I run into a lot of people that they say like, I'm a rapper, I want to be a rapper, and you listen to it and you're just like they have work to do. It's good to have a goal in mind.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have goals.
For sure. I'm not. If anyone's watching, wants to be a musician, like it is possible. Like you can do anything. It's the ones with the ego, I think, is what.
Yeah.
Like kind of.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people trying to do music, which is I've realized even more trying to do music because I'm like.
It's now super saturated.
Super saturated. Yeah, my algorithm gets flooded with it now. It's like crazy. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people trying to do music, but it's like everybody's got their thing, whatever they want their passion to be. You can see it. Whatever they say, their words and their actions, two different things. If the actions aren't lining up, So it's like, and you can hear it, you can see it. It's like there's a lot of musicians, but there's not a lot of talent. So it's like you can pick it out. You can pick it out quickly, I feel.
That was a good way of saying that. There's a lot of musicians, there's just not a lot of like talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have I don't know if you've ever heard of I'm trying to think of his name. He's terrible. I mean it's really bad, but it's like it's purposely bad.
It's like parody music.
Yeah, it's oh my gosh, what is his name? He has like a really high pitched voice on some of his songs, and like, oh my gosh, Miles? Have you ever heard? Dude, guy,
bro,
this guy is nuts, like crazy. The stuff this guy has said in his music is just.
Bro, I've seen people just beg him to stop online.
It's like let's leave this guy in 2024, and he's still here.
He's still here, just hundreds of thousands of views on every song. It's hilarious.
That's the stuff. Like if I was a musician, well, even as like a filmmaker, I see people making these shitty videos online, and it's like they go so viral, and I'm here trying to actually create art. Yeah, and I'm sure you feel the same way when you see guys like him. He's killing it, and I invite everyone to go listen to him because he sucks. But it's just, and he's doing it just to be
on purpose,
dickhead.
Which is just crazy. Like he just was probably messing around one day and was like, I can't really rap, but let me just mess around.
Yeah,
and
these goofy ass
found a
beats.
market, which is it's there's a market for everything, which is crazy, and it sucks sometimes when you really are putting that work in.
Yeah,
and you gotta sit there and just be like,
damn, this
bro, is this another one? Yeah. And then he drops another one. Yeah. And he drops and it's just And
it doesn't take him any time. He's like he's hardly
just saying half the times is really just sentences that don't make sense.
Nothing rhymes. Rhymes. It's bad.
It's just funny.
And
it's funny.
Yeah, that would if I was you, that would just like eat me alive. Like knowing that guy is just like winning, and I'm you're here.
I'm not. It's not like I'm not winning. I'm not on his level, but it's not like I said. He found his 15 seconds of fame. He's not. That is not gonna last forever. I'm trying to make something that's timeless. So
Plus now he has a reputation now of if he ever wanted to go into like serious stuff.
That transition, crazy.
That's
he's gonna lose it all because everyone knows. Miles is the guy who already does this.
Yeah, which is the weird flute beats and stuff. Yeah. So you said you're going to implement jazz into this album, like a little bit of jazz.
A little bit of jazz, yeah.
So does that mean like you're putting like saxophone and like trumpets type stuff?
A little bit of wind instruments, I would say. Saxophone for sure. You're gonna get.
I love rap beats with like saxophones.
You're gonna get a lot of jazzy like drum patterns and such melodies with piano and stuff. So it's just definitely jazz focused. And then some elements just being added in the after production as well.
So what goes into like making an album? Like what's something that people don't like realize when you're making music? So you're working with a producer. So how you're writing the lyrics. He's kind of, I guess, making. Well, you're also probably like writing the melody almost, and he's just
sometimes,
making the beat.
Sometimes.
How does that all come together?
So, I mean, the creative process, I feel like is different for everybody, especially when it comes to writing music and how they pick their beats, who they work with. For me, I'm usually like, I'm listening to beats until I'm like,
tired of
this.
Them?
No,
not
okay, tired. Until I'm like, until I hear something that like really just compels me and pulls me in. And unless I'm working with my boy here in town, it's not, I don't have that creative freedom.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to be elastic and be able to just expand and get in a different mindset sometimes and be like, okay, bet this is the beat. This is what this is what offered, and I love it. So I'm gonna work with it. I'm gonna write to it. I'm not gonna make the beat work for me.
So you hear it first, then you write.
Yeah.
So are you making him produce like a bunch of beats, or are you kind of listening to like inspirational stuff and say, hey, can you make something similar?
So he makes hundreds of beats. Stoosh makes hundreds of beats. So he has hundreds of beats. And then at the same time, it's like I can also hear a song or go on YouTube and hear a beat and be like, if I want it to be made by my boy, I'd be like, hey, bro, you think you can make something like this before I just go buy somebody else's beat, use that. And then sometimes I'll just go to his crib and we'll sit down together and be like, get on the FL Studio and just start pulling out stuff and make a beat right there from scratch.
So tell me more about him. So how does he, like, what's his goal and like where's his direction? Are you guys looking to make music together, until time's end?
I mean, that's my boy. He makes the best beats, and he helped me find my style. He's very easy to work with, and I would love to, if I make it somewhere, go on tour or something like that. That's somebody I would like to bring along with me.
Sure.
Because I'm always trying to write music, and if I could have somebody like, I don't know if you know producers in the rap game like 40 to Drake. Like that's like Drake's personal producer.
Okay.
You see like now you got Mustard and Kendrick working together.
So
you got that collab now. It's like if I could get like that kind of vibe going, and it's like anywhere I go, I could always just have somebody who's like, I got you right now. Like I'll make like let's cook up. Yeah. That'd be my boy for that.
That's awesome. I'm trying to think of the producer. Oh my gosh, he's like probably the largest one right now. What the hell is his name?
On streaming?
No, he's he always has he just released an album. Well, oh my gosh, geez, I can't even think of his name. It's Superheroes. What is the Superheroes? That's the song. He works with Future Metro Boomin.
Oh
yeah, dude, it's like
superheroes and villains. Yeah. Villain superheroes. Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I can't believe I did. Yeah, Metro.
I also had a brain fart right there too.
Yeah, so like I love his beats. Like
his beats are fire. They're super fire.
He is awesome. So you're looking to have like that sort of collaboration with him.
Low key, yeah.
That's awesome. So with the album, once you release that, where do you think you might try to kind of set up some sort of tour, or because that'd be sick?
That would be sick. Yeah, I've already been trying to expand and like get myself out the city of Altoona. I've done my first show now in State College. I haven't quite been successful yet getting shows booked. It's a very hard process, but it's just
I can imagine
marketing, networking. Like just keep texting, keep putting money behind it. And it does work out. Things come through. They always come through.
It takes time.
It does take time.
I always tell people it's like briskets are really good when they're slow cooked. You know? So,
but I got some good people on my side as well, and I'm not rushing into anything. But obviously, if I could take my music on tour, I would definitely do that for sure. Yeah,
that's awesome. I want to kind of dive into the project that we both worked on. WAPSI.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get to really talk to you after that.
Not much.
Not much. So I just kind of want to go back to that real quick for context. Anyone listening on Spotify or YouTube, we filmed a movie for a contest that was it was a
short film contest.
Short film horror contest. Yep, and we were scrambling to find actors, and Michael DePiro, who was just actually on, he was like, well, what about Manny? And I was like, wait, I know him. Like I've known you for quite some time. I don't think we've ever formally met, but I was like, yeah, okay. I'm like, sure, like that'll be funny. And so of course you joined the cast, and everybody tells me like how funny you were in the movie, like you jumping into the lake, which that was just a crazy.
It was experience. So crazy, bro.
It was like cold and. Oh, it was brutal, but
you had to bite the bullet for that one for real.
Yeah,
Camera equipment all up in there, just you were stripped down.
Yeah,
I felt bad for you. I was like, damn, bro.
Well, you were like, I hate being like fully clothed and wet, and you were just like fully clothed and wet.
I was in a leather jacket.
Yeah, that was just it's crazy. So I just wanted to like ask, like, what was your like after that was all done, like how was that for you, and like.
I think that was.
How was it?
Yeah, that was an awesome experience. Honestly, it was really fun. I loved shooting Wapsie. It was like it was great. I thought that you were amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you killed it. I
appreciate that.
Just impressed. I kept every time you shot a shot, I was like, okay, how can I watch it? Like, let me find the screen.
Yeah.
Just trying to see it. It was really fun. Yeah, and literally. As y'all said, y'all were scrambling. I didn't even know y'all were scrambling like that. I saw Michael post something on Facebook, and I was just like, shoot. What is this? Let me hit him up. It sounds like my age range, whatever. And yeah, it ended up working out and came on cast. I was very nervous. Because my first time, I've never acted or anything.
Sure.
But it was really cool. The whole cast was really cool. Everybody made it super comfortable, super easy. Mm-hmm. And I think that it was a really good concept too. The whole idea of the film.
Our idea was like to kind of replicate like old horror movies, and in old horror movies they there's always these like stereotypes about like
y'all needed me for that.
Yeah, whenever he told me that you were joining, I'm like oh, I was like, Michael, how do you think, like, do you think he'll be offended if I write a joke in here? And he's like, no, I think he should be fine. So I went ahead and write it. And like the joke was like, the black guy goes and dies first. And, because movies, like horror movies all the time, every time they have a black actor, he dies first for whatever reason. It's like, what the hell?
It's almost like he's always the last one added to the cast.
yeah, probably. And so I was like, well, it's comedy. I like making people laugh, and if everyone's okay with this joke, I'm gonna write it in there. And
no, that was hilarious. I was like, as soon as I saw the cast, I was like, bro, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, and you did an awesome job. Like you took it like a champ. Like going to the pond there was just
I was like,
felt so bad.
I have one chance at this, and I never want to do it again. I just have to send it.
And like you were shivering, and our white lady who was like the murderer, and she was, she's a small girl, and like she was shaking. I felt so bad. I was like, we need to shoot this as quick as we can.
It was so hard to shoot too. She was like, she's so light. Mm-hmm. And she's like already holding my shoulders low key, like underwater. Yeah. So then she comes up to pull me out. I barely felt her. Yeah. And I was like,
yeah, she was like, to try to put you down, she was pulling herself up, and it was just not like working.
It was so funny.
Yeah, it was such a fun experience, and just wanted to formally thank you for joining the cast.
I appreciate that.
And I'd love to have you involved in something else again at some point.
Let's get something going, man.
Absolutely.
I would love to do another short film. That was like awesome, or whatever, anything. Yeah. Short film, long film.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I had a blast, and I'd love to do that again. But going back to your music, but so you have this album coming up. It'd be cool if you got a tour going. So we'll see where that goes.
Even just a couple shows, surrounding areas, like
for sure.
Yeah.
So what is, if I had to ask you, like your long-term goal, like what you want to be, what is that? I know that's like a very vague but deep question.
I just want to be. I feel like I just want to be like very well known for making good music. I want my music to be respected, and I want it to be heard, because I feel like there's a message there that you can't get anywhere else, and it's very real. Even if it doesn't exactly relate to you, I've had people just bust out into tears, like listening to my music. People like just get in like zone out and just look off into space and be like, no, like I was listening to the song, but like it literally just took me somewhere else.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hit the mic, but like literally it just took them somewhere else and had their minds like thinking about their childhood or their parents or their future. Like it's just like, and I want people to still have those real experiences, those real moments. And so no matter how many people the music reaches, I just hope that it reaches a lot. That's all I can say. Just a lot.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I hear your music, the first word I think of is real. You know, it's extremely real music.
Yeah.
Which, you know, kind of calls back to what we were saying earlier about the relatability to it. Is there ever a time you think that you'll just kind of like run out of stuff to write about? I mean, I'm sure we're always going through shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's possible because like it's really just based on experience. I've only started making music end of 2020, beginning of 2021. So 4 years now. I've been alive for 23 years, so I got too much to talk about already.
That's true, yeah.
I'm still learning every day, learn something new, a lesson, good or bad. And usually whenever I'm feeling something, I can turn it into a song pretty quickly. Pick a word, I can turn it into a song. It's like there is no running out. It's like asking Bob Ross if he would ever run out of things to paint, or asking. Let me think of something better. I feel like that was a big one.
That was a good analogy.
That was a big one though. Yeah, you know, Bob Ross. You know, but yeah, you know what I'm saying though. It's
for sure. There's everyone's always able to create new things out of something.
Yeah.
Is there an artist that comes to mind that if you said like inspired you to really become? I mean, I know you said your dad, but
oh yeah, like my dad for sure. But I know you want someone in the industry. And I really didn't know my dad's music until I was a teenager. I've been listening to rap since way before then.
Which, by the way, is he still?
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah. My dad still makes music. It's not like he's not on the same wavelength as me as far as like putting it out on all platforms and everything. But him and I have written music together. I've had him get on stage with me at shows as well.
That's sick. Yeah,
that was really dope. Really cool feeling. We've done that a couple times now. But I would say one of my bigger inspirations and motivations originally that kind of influenced my style was J. Cole.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see.
J. Cole. I also lived in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Dreamville, where he is from and has his label and everything with my father. So I kind of just have that, like a little bit of like that in me, and also just like the music in me.
It's kind of like connected to you in a way.
Yeah, and low key like I got some Eminem roots in me too. Eminem was like the first. Good. He was like the first rapper that I really liked. I was like asking for iTunes cards before they had like where I would you go on iTunes and buy 99-cent songs or $10 albums. I was literally buying explicit Eminem songs, getting yelled at for it, like 10 years old. Yeah.
Well, I mean, his like early 2000s stuff and like late 90s, like that stuff's the best that he's ever made.
It was so good.
For sure.
Such a good feeling, like hearing those songs for the first time and like just kind of growing up with it.
And he has like, you know, Eminem has that jazzy stuff to his music as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, Without Me is like a very jazzy song. But that, I don't even know what it sounds like, a saxophone or something. Maybe.
Yeah, it's some. I can't remember exactly what it is. Like off the top of my head, I literally would have to hear the song to like hear that instrument. But I do know what you're saying about like having the jazzy elements.
Sure.
And just being versatile and being real and like how he tells his stories. It's like sometimes you're like, why'd he say all that?
Yeah,
like,
he didn't give a shit.
It's like, yo, you didn't have to tell us all that, bro. But that's art. It's real. It's part of it.
Yeah, and it's I respect artists like that they're able to just kind of like be an open book, and you know, talk about their situations or problems or whatever you want to call it, and you know, people are able to they're able to help people in a indirect way by them listening to you know, and I know that's something that's important to you, is helping others, and
for sure.
You know, so that's a really cool way, I think, to help others without, you know, directly, you know, being someone's therapist or something.
Literally,
you know, you're
because I feel like music is is a slight form of therapy, especially.
I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes major, because some people cannot go a day without music. If they do, they're going crazy.
Yeah, they
need that song, or sometimes it's church music, sometimes it's just a beat, sometimes it's trap music, whatever it is, whoever it is, like they need it though. Like it's like part of their day, it's part of their routine. It eases them, it helps them relax, or it gets them to smile, puts them in, uplifting. And I don't know, so I feel like having a sense of relatability and something like where people can really like grasp onto it and picture something of their own life, where they're not like trying to imagine what it's like. It's like they can really be like, dang, like I feel like I had that feeling before.
Yeah, like I'm not the only one.
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that.
Now here's a very hard question for you.
Okay.
You nervous?
I am. No.
Top 5 rappers of all time.
Oh boy.
I know that's not even close to what you thought I was going to ask.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I was trying to scare you there.
Oh boy, all time. I mean, I can't. Oh boy, do I have to put them in order? I don't even know if I have an order.
I kind of want to I kind of want to think of 5 rappers and then do that thing that they do where it's like, blind ranking, like rank them until, you don't know the next one. But I probably couldn't think of like.
You couldn't name 5 rappers?
Yeah, I could. But like, I'm trying to think of like good ones. So it's like harder.
Wow. The top 5 rappers of all time.
Wait,
is it my opinion? Are we talking about Billboard? Are we talking
how about I give you the 5 rappers and you blind rank them? So 1 to 5.
Okay.
So you got to put them in a spot.
Just have to,
you don't know which one's coming next.
That's fun.
You don't know which one's coming next. Okay. So first one, 50 Cent. I love this game. Fuck. I'm going to do this way more often with people.
3.
3. Okay.
Put 50 at 3.
All right. I feel like a lot of people put the first one at 3 because they don't know what's next.
Yeah, because I could put him higher, but I also am like, who else are you gonna throw at me though?
Yeah.
That's a great start.
So 3. All right, we'll put him at 3. 21 Savage.
Oh my god, bro. 5. Put him
5. Really? You don't like 21 Savage?
Nah, not really.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I didn't expect that one. Okay.
Like, I mean, you go 50 to 21 Savage, and we're saying all time. He has to be at 5. Compared to 50 at 3.
Sure.
Definitely.
Okay. Dr. Dre.
Oh my, I hate this game.
I love it because now it's getting harder.
4, I guess.
4.
I can't put Dr. Dre in front of 50.
All right.
I'd have put 50 at 2 if I knew any better. All right. Let's see what else we got.
Okay.
4. Yeah.
So now you have 1 and 2 left.
I got 1 and 2. I hope these get better, but at least we know where my mind stands with this now.
We'll go Lil Wayne.
Okay. Who are you gonna say next? I'm gonna put Lil Wayne at 1. We're gonna put him
1.
We're gonna put him at 1.
Okay, the last one I was gonna say was Snoop Dogg.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm happy having Lil Wayne at 1 there.
So you have Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, or 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, and then 21 Savage. I was kind of shocked.
I think that's
not a bad
really
list.
Good. I think that's a really good 1 to 5. Honestly, the only thing that I feel like I might change depending on the day is 50 and Snoop.
Really?
Yeah.
I do. I'm a big 50 Cent fan.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't like Snoop Dogg that much.
You really don't?
No.
Snoop got some bangers, and he brings a certain energy that's just like good sometimes. It's like smooth.
Yeah, smooth. It is very smooth.
He got a smoothness to him.
I'm a very big Dr. Dre fan. I was kind of shocked that 21 Savage you didn't. I mean, I guess 1 to 5 though, like of all time.
I'm like, I mean, he's newer compared to everyone you said.
His ad libs are so.
His ad libs they're tough. They're a little tough.
Yeah,
but
it's like, dude,
it's just
think of another word other than pussy
21.
and what's 21? Yeah.
Oh
my gosh,
21.
It's just all
pussy,
he does.
Bitch.
Yeah, that's all he does, and it's like
it's good, but
it is good.
Yeah, but I'm like his flow doesn't. It's not super exceptional. It doesn't really change much. His message isn't super exceptional.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, especially in that 1 to 5, I'm happy having him at 5. And in another 1 to 5, he could be a little higher.
Sure. I did kind of give you a lot of like old school, guys. But that's what I listen to a lot of that. And I'm a huge fan of like the gangster rap era. Like I love listening
like
to
the old gangster rap era.
Yeah. Like 90, Tupac, Biggie, all those guys, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube.
Yeah. Whenever it really felt like everyone was actually a gangster.
Yeah, when people were actually getting shot.
Yeah, like it really felt like they were gangsters. Like
like you have guys now, they'll say it until the cows come home, but it's not even, they didn't live that life like the guys in the 90s did, which I always think that's so badass, like the way the lyrics are always about like, I don't want to kill somebody, but like, it was always about killing someone.
Oh my
gosh, it was just this hard shit. And it was just like, holy hell. Like, and it was real. Like it was real.
People got shot.
Yeah. Like Tupac, Biggie, like they're gone now.
Yeah. 50 been shot. How many times?
Yeah.
Freaking, it's crazy.
Yeah. And it's, I don't know. I've always been drawn to that. Plus the beats always sound very, like booming at the time. Like the drums and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounded like, it's right next to your ear, and
they really were just like, like in your soul, almost like doom, doom. Yeah,
and I feel like a badass listening to it driving down the road. You
got low key like look left and right every time you pull up to a stop sign.
It's like who's listening to me listening to this? But and then when the trap era came around, I'm not a fan of trap beats. Like it's too much of the hi-hat and. That's when you got Lil Pump coming in and like all the mumble rapping. Like that's where it got I thought personally a bad time.
It became a whole different thing. It was like, I don't even know. It's so hard to like explain. It just everything evolved after trap became like slightly relevant.
Exactly. And thankfully, I feel like we're starting to come out of that.
Definitely, getting back to more conscious, to like real talent. Underground is starting to come back up again, back up above ground. People are starting to get that shine again. That aren't planted in the industry, per se. But
what's like? So I'm not good with like music genre terms and stuff, but like, what is your style of rap? Like, what would that be called?
I would say probably like conscious rap or underground, but like more conscious because it's just me talking about my life for real and my experience. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm so bad when it comes to like musical genre stuff. Like I don't know what you listen to two rap like, beats. It's like I don't know the difference.
There's like so many genres now. It's almost just like whatever word that people feel it makes them feel, and then it's like okay, so like maybe this is pretty good. It's like, okay, they're talking about the hood. Okay, this is trap. I'm talking about my real life. It's conscious. Someone else has a saxophone. Now it's jazz.
Yeah.
But
jazz rap, I guess, is like a real thing.
It is. Yeah. So it's just like, it doesn't, it really just depends on the drum pattern and what the person's talking about.
Which I guess rap actually came from jazz initially because in the in the 30s and 40s, like rapping has been around for like probably 100 years.
A long time.
It's just evolved in so many different ways, and it didn't really come to prominence until I'd say the 80s. Like you said earlier, Tribe Called Quest, like those guys, which I love those guys. They're so good. But that's when I guess it really started coming to prominence after kind of the classic rock era started fading out. Then hip hop and grunge kind of coincided, during the 90s, I'd say, like grunge rock. So
rock started changing a lot too. Rock has came a long way, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, really long, because it was like, you had the Elvis times when he really started the movement, and that was like rock and roll, and now then you went from like classic rock to grunge, and now you had your early 2000s like Linkin Park and stuff, and then it's a
cool era.
I don't even know.
I don't know
any
what
rock
to call it anymore.
I don't hear rock songs
not
at
often.
all. So
I miss rock and roll though. Rock and roll was definitely a lit era.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, I first started. There was a time where I only listened to classic rock, and that's it. I didn't listen to anything else. I was one of those very closed-minded, like, I like what I like, and rap is crap, and all that stuff.
I feel you.
And then when I graduated high school, I was like, I just started listening to.
You're like, wait, not everybody's talking about
Yeah,
drugs and women. And,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And it, I started like evolving my musical taste, and now I can listen to anything. There's almost any genre, other than. Well, I'm starting to like a lot of that though too, like modern country music. I don't mind sometimes.
It's not horrible.
I mean, it's never my first choice.
Yeah.
But
never.
But
it's usually like when you have to be somewhere that's playing it.
Yeah, like you're on your way to
it's
like a family event or something. I don't know, something.
Or you're in a bar that's playing country, or like you're not in your own car.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for me at least.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I mean, I'll listen to like some Morgan Wallen and stuff here and there, but I'm not very rarely. I'll go through like a phase for like maybe 2 days, and I'm like, all right, I'm good now.
Okay, let me get like. What was that one song again? Like Red Solo Cup or something?
Yeah.
How's that go?
It's like, oh, that's like, it's kind of catchy. I'll play that for a little bit. And then I was gonna say about what's that genre? Like folk music. Like I'm not a fan of folk music at all. Like Noah Kahan.
I've heard of, but not.
I just can't.
Not like. Wait, Noah Kahan?
Yeah,
is that like famous, or is that around?
Oh, he's famous.
Oh,
yeah.
He's famous. Okay,
yeah, I know you've heard his music. He's like huge right now in like the folk music.
What's the song or something? Like, what's the vibe? I can't.
There's the one song where he sings. This is like one of the main reasons I don't like him. He says this one line in one of his songs. He's like, I don't know what he says, but the way he says anger, he's like steaming up my anger, and like it just sounds terrible.
Damn. I feel bad because I don't know. I can't attach a voice or a song to.
Well, that's good because I don't like it.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to be like.
There's a lot of people who do
be
that.
like, oh, I don't know Noah Kahan just because he's I really don't. So
yeah, my girlfriend, which Macy, like she loves him, and she'll play him, and I'm just like, I don't. It's like my skin crawls, just listening to it.
Yeah.
But that's folk music is starting to come into play a lot. It's kind of like that mix of country and I don't even know what, pop maybe.
Yeah, like I guess pop.
Yeah, I don't know what.
It's probably like really good on TikTok, honestly.
Yeah, and it's very homey, cozy feeling, and I'm not for it. I like the stuff. I like very upbeat music and stuff that's going to make me feel like a badass. That's the stuff I like, and I hate the sad stuff and stuff that I can relate to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's of course important. If I feel like a lot of people, they have that music connection because of relatability.
Yeah. It feels sometimes, it just feels good to be like, to know that, somebody else is dealing with what you're dealing with or has had the same feeling or same experience or.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you had someone ever like come up to you and like tell you like, thank you for, releasing a song, or have you had any sort of interaction like that?
Thank yous, like, not, I mean, yes and no. I've more like literally like, kinda, yeah. But like people have literally like broken down and cried like in front of me.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah, like while I've like played them my music and like hugged me. So it's like,
how did that feel?
That was crazy. That was like,
I mean, I guess it's a hard question because like it's not like it made you feel good, but like
like
it was inspiring.
Good, but I was like, damn, like
your stuff's actually like hitting people.
Like I didn't know that it was this powerful. Like
you're like kind of blown away by yourself, which that's cool. Was there a moment other than that you kind of stepped back and like viewed yourself and you're like, holy shit, like what I'm doing here is like actually causing an impact on people?
Yeah, I would say more recently. Just because like I have more music out, I've actually been able to put money behind it, like outreach it, like get new faces, new viewers, people not exactly like in Altoona in the city, but even people from Altoona. I've seen the impact that it has over time, and like people still asking for it, telling me like, oh, this is my favorite song because of this or that. Like it's never just like, oh, just because I like the beat. Like it's always something like personal, genuine. So that's definitely like a driving factor for me.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, do you have anything to say to our audience, or where to find you, where to listen to your music, stream it? And
you guys can find me on all platforms. I am Moss, MO $. Instagram is Manny_Moss_. And I'm gonna just say, stick to being yourself. It's the easiest thing to be, and it'll take you the furthest in life. I am Moss.
I appreciate you coming
this is
on.
My boy Jeremy. Yeah, thank you, bro.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you coming on. It. Go ahead and go listen to his music. It's really good, and it's real. That's, like I said earlier, it's when I hear it, I think it's very real.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, everybody, tuning in to this episode of Beyond the Set. I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and stream this on Spotify. And if you're on Spotify, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free. So take care, and see you in the next one.